Hello, hi, welcome to Angloscope with Valerie Marzak. Let's speak English. Come on, you can do it.
Hello there, and welcome to this series of videos designed to help improve your English pronunciation and general skills. You will find both an English and French version for each video. This is the English version. Whether you're a student, an executive, or simply interested in English, the aim of these videos is to help improve your English pronunciation and general skills quickly by resorting to different techniques. You'll find a small challenge at the end of each video to help brush up on some vocabulary and expressions. I'm Valerie Marzak. I'm a qualified English teacher with 19 years of experience as a translator to ISO standards. I lived in England for 10 years and spent about 4 years in the US. I've published various kinds of work such as articles and poetry in English, as well as a manual for students of English for the CNED, which is the French National Centre for Distance Education. Coming very soon, extra English help on my blog at www.angloscope.com. This first video is dedicated to how to stress English words on the first 3 syllables, as you can see behind me. Word stresses, also called tonic accents, are vital if you want to make yourself understood. Now, depending on your nationality, you'll find it more or less difficult to pronounce certain sounds. Do I really have to bother you with English pronunciation? Well, the answer is yes, because if you want to make yourself understood, you're going to have to follow certain rules. 2 points before we begin. Point 1. Don't care about sounding silly. You're never going to be as silly as Mr. Bean anyway. If I speak English with a very strong French accent, you might start giggling. Giggle as much as you please. The only way to improve our pronunciation is to start by sounding bad and improve as we go along. Our aim is to sound good while retaining hints of our native tongues, which are a part of our heritage. Now, learning a language is very similar to acting. You're going to have to learn how to place your voice and change it as required. Point 2. English is spoken with the front of your mouth. Also, depending on your native language, you're likely to have to slightly alter your voice so that it sounds a little bit higher in English. This will be the case, for instance, if your mother tongue is Spanish, French, Italian or Arabic. For now, we're going to learn how to pronounce words formally. This is the best way to proceed in order to make ourselves understood in any situation. As we move on, we'll see that often native speakers tend to swallow some syllables or words when they speak casually. Let me give you a quick example here. Bearing in mind that there are many different ways of sounding casual in English, depending on which part of the world you come from. Now, the English love to have a cup of tea, and you may well say, "Would you like a cup of tea?" This is proper English. But many English natives will actually say, "Do you fancy a cup of tea?" Or even, "Do you want a cup of tea?" So please remember, this is casual English, not to be used in any situation. Basically, you wouldn't walk up to the Queen of England and say, "Fancy a cup of tea, dear?" It just wouldn't go down terribly well. Let's move on. Is English difficult to pronounce? Well, it really depends on your native tongue. For example, if you're a native German speaker, English will sound easier to you because English is originally a Germanic language. However, you're still going to have some issues with some sounds, and you will have to link words a lot more. If your mother tongue is Latin-based, such as French, Spanish, Italian, English will definitely be more difficult to pronounce. If you're an Arabic speaker, you will have some problems with, for example, the letter R in English, as in run or car. If you're a Hindi speaker, the letter W will be difficult for you to pronounce, as in what. You'll tend to pronounce it V. The important thing to remember is that English is first and foremost a rhythmic language. Its rhythm is created by the word stresses or tonic accents. This means that within a particular word, we're going to have to stress one syllable more than the others. If you like music, it will help, as English tends to sound like music. The typical English rhythm may sound something like da-da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da. Do you get it? Hey, it's time to begin with words stressed on the first syllable, such as hello. Hello gives us a ta-ta rhythm. Listen again. Hello, ta-ta. Please repeat after me. Listen. Hello, perfect, simple, difficult, wonderful, flexible. Now let's see the word stress on the second syllable with a verb such as believe, which produces a ta-ta rhythm, which is exactly the opposite of the first syllable. With hello we had a ta-ta rhythm. With the second syllable we have a ta-ta rhythm. Listen carefully and repeat after me. Believe, Japan, important, imaginative, incredible. And now the third syllable, such as the noun explanation, which gives us a ta-ta-ta-ta stress. Ta-ta-ta-ta. Repeat after me. Explanation, economics, nationality, instantaneous, flexibility. You'll find a lot of rules regarding tonic accents in English. You can check in grammar books or on the internet. For example, many words are stressed on the first syllable, or the suffix T usually doesn't change the word stress. As an example, if we take the adjective difficult, stressed on the first syllable, and change it into a noun, we end up with difficulty, also stressed on the first syllable. Wow, wonderful. Yeah, well, if we take the adjective flexible, stressed on the first syllable, and turn it into a noun, we end up with flexibility, stressed on the third syllable. All this to show you that although there are rules, there are also many exceptions. A good way to learn how to stress words and pronounce English words properly is to watch films or movies, have the subtitles on at first and try to write down where the word stress must be applied on a particular word. I'll show you two different ways. We'll take the second syllable. As you can see here, I've capitalized the second syllable because this is where the word stress must be, believe. A better way to mark a word stress is to use typical line we use in phonetics. As you can see here, I've put that line on top of the li in believe because this is where believe must be stressed, or here on the B of flexibility. I'll be back next week to speak about more pronunciation issues. We'll talk about the sound th as in tooth, the sound the as in this, or the English H as in hello. Do leave me your comments and questions. I'll do my best to reply to each of you. If this isn't possible, I'll gather similar questions and reply in further videos and also on my blog. But, before we say goodbye, it's challenge time. Who can tell me the meaning of the adverb actually? Please write down your reply in a comment at the bottom of the page. Go all the way down with your mouse or your finger. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Don't forget to smash the like button and do subscribe if this video has been of use to you. You may also wish to click on the ding dong bell. Bye for now and see you next week.